can't play and talk at the same time. Sorry, James. Robin doesn't need to do the chime then. And you're going to do meditation? Yes.
I was checking with you, but I never know if anybody knows what's coming.
I didn't, so I'm really glad you did, or I'd have started playing. I'm always glad when you're here. Yeah. You are more than welcome.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning out there. My name's Mark Helm, and I'd like to welcome you this morning to Unity of Louisville. And whatever it took for you guys to get here, all you have to go through to get here, you're now here, and we're together, and let's worship together. And before we get started, though, just acknowledge a few people. It does take a village to put on a service. And Donna's back there on the sound today. Donna's back there. Oh, Donna's back there on the sound today. Judy Paulsmeyer's on the piano today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We have Colette doing the special music.
Woo!
Colleen Musinski will be doing the meditation.
Yes, yes.
Robert will be doing the daily word. And I'm sure I missed a few other people.
What about Robin over
I
here?
am not Deb Brocious. We flipped.
We'll be doing the PowerPoint. So welcome, and let's take a moment now just to get present and get centered. And just take a breath in, a breath out. And just release whatever you have to release to be here and be present. And Father, Mother, God, we acknowledge you as the source of all things, the source and the substance of all that there is. Today, let us connect with that part of you that's in us and in each other. We will be your eyes, your ears, your mind, your thoughts to experience the creation that you've created. Amen. And what's our song today? Sacred Love. If you all would stand.
Please join in.
You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
One quick announcement here. For those of you that know Charles Lilly, Charles made his transition. And Charles Lilly was actually a minister here when I got here in the 80s. So he's made his transition and is continuing on his eternal journey. And when we know more about a memorial service, we'll publicize that and put that out on the website and in the bulletins. But just keep Charles in mind on his continuing journey. And at this time, we know there's a lot of places you could be on a Sunday morning, but you're here, and we want to acknowledge that. And before we do that, though, is there anyone who's here for the first time? This happens to be your first visit here at Unity of Louisville. If you'd raise your hand. Good, we have one right here. Anyone else? Back there? Great. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. We'd like to welcome you. We have a packet that we're giving you. And if I could, and this goes for everybody, not just the people who are here for the first time, but if we could say one thing to you, it's this: no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. So could we acknowledge our first-time visitors today? And for those of us who've been here more than once, this is our time to meet and greet each other. All that we ask is that you acknowledge the person that you're saying hello to, and if they don't necessarily want to be hugged, honor their space. Let's take the next few minutes and greet each other.
That's all I got.
You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all
You can be seated. Now, for today's affirmation, what we're going to do is affirm the truth. And the affirmation today, the word is strength. So here's our affirmation. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. One more time, affirm it. I have the strength to accomplish
all that is mine to do.
And so it is. So at this point, we're going to move into the more meditative part of the service today. Lord's Prayer. Sing the Lord's Prayer.
O heavenly Spirit, who in love abideth, we worship thee, we praise thy holy name. Teach us thy children evermore to love thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Teach us thy children evermore to love thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Oh, give us grace to meet the coming morrow. Forgive our debts as others we forgive. Thou leave us not, thy children in temptation, and from all error thou deliverest us. Thine is the kingdom, thine the power and glory, world without end, forevermore. Amen.
And so it is. Amen. A reading from the Daily Word. The words for today are spiritual being. I begin each day dedicated to filling my spiritual purpose. Because I am a spiritual being, I am more than a physical body. My needs go beyond food and water. I find spiritual nourishment in prayer and meditation. Jesus knew the importance of realizing our inseparable relationship with the divine and taught that God is a living presence within. Realizing the importance of this teaching, I now recognize that the more time I spend in prayer, the more I will experience a sensation of oneness with God and with all creation. Any earthly challenges are transformed by the divine presence within. I release all concerns with the quiet realization, a gentle knowing that the spiritual being I am is not limited in any way. And the Bible reading today is from Psalm 40. Then I said, here I am. In the scroll of the book it is written of me, I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law is within my heart. So I begin each day dedicated to fulfilling my spiritual purpose.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
Finding that love, finding that joy as we sink within ourselves. We color it with love, honoring whatever it took for us to get here. The love, the joy, remembering with ease and grace. And as we look forward to possibility, to growth, we see how far we have come. And I invite you to lay back on a white, fluffy cloud and just relax, because God's got us all. It's all in the plan. And as we rest there, we are guided and we are listening, and it is so. And so you rest. and listening with those moments of silence, we are guided, we are blessed, and we are one. And so it is.
I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made or any other things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. I am light. Am light. I 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 am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
I am the light. I am the love. I am the wisdom. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Good morning. So today, as we honor that light that is alive in each of us, everybody just say that with me. I am the light. 1, 2, 3. I am the light. Yes, you are. And let it shine. So we're continuing our series of transitions, life in transition. Last week, Ray explored the idea that there comes a point in life when what we're doing no longer works, and we have to change. We have to change so that we can get to that point that is our highest good, whatever that is for each of us. And it's different for all of us. So there's no one size fits all in any of this on this journey. So that's important to know, that what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me or your neighbor or someone else. So we have to be open and receptive to all possibilities of change, and ways to do change, and whatever tools are available and come to us through change. So knowing that, and then this week we are looking at how do we honor where we came from? How do we honor the past? How many of you made mistakes in your life? Okay, thank you for being honest and truthful. Because we all have. I have. You know, I've stumbled and fallen and gotten back up, and some days I just wanted to stay in bed. I mean, it's just the way it is. But we have to learn to get past whatever challenges that came before now. We have to learn coping mechanisms and skills to be able to move forward on the path. You know, and it's one step at a time, one day at a time. We all know that. Because what awaits us is the future. But what's important is this presence. Being present right now and living in the moment. That's really the greatest gift that we have. The opportunity to be right now. To be sitting here in this community, in this beautiful sanctuary, on this spiritual journey, individually and collectively. That's what's important, is the now. When you're in conversation with somebody, really being able to hear what they're saying, that's important. And that's important in the now. It's not important after the fact when it's all going through your head, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. What's important is just being present with them in that moment. We all have difficulties. We all have steps to climb. It's how we do it. And part of it is being truthful and discerning our past and being honest about it. Okay, yeah, sometimes I'm ugly. You know, I was as a kid, especially, you know. I grew up the youngest out of 4 children. And to say the least, I'm a little spoiled. You know, I grew up as the princess. My sister was a queen. I think I've told you all that. But even though she was a queen, I was a princess. So, you know, I could be a little devious at times. And I was always looking for a way to get away with something, but I always stood in it when I got caught. So, I mean, when we were kids and Mama, you knew you were in trouble when Mama would come to you with that very quiet voice. And she'd say, now, we have to talk for just a moment about da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you knew you were done right then and there You know, she didn't have to yell, she didn't have to scream. She just came to us with that tiny little voice, and we had to listen really carefully. I think that's where I learned how to listen, was because Mama taught me how to listen really well. But it was through my own mistakes that I learned how to listen. And it's important for what I do today, to be able to sit with everyone and hear what it is that they need to say and allow them to be able to say it in a loving, prosperous way. So we have to look at who we were and be honest about it. We have to accept who we were. How many accept who you are right now? Good. How many accept what you did in the past? Yep. Good. Because that's part of it. Without acceptance, we can't move forward. We can't grow. We have to accept how we reacted in whatever situation that came up in our life and the choices that we made. You know, we've all made really good choices. The good thing about choices is that we only usually talk about the bad ones. But look at all the good choices that you made, right? Because most of us make more good choices in life than we make bad choices. It's just that the consequences for the bad ones tend to be the ones that we remember the most. So it's looking at our life in a different way. What good have I done in my life? What's the highest good that I've been called to through my journey so far? And how have the challenges allowed me to grow into the person that I am right now? Because without those experiences, I wouldn't be standing here. You wouldn't be sitting there. We wouldn't be together here as a community without the people who came before us. You know, the 8 women who started this church. How many of you all know that? There are 8 women who started Unity of Louisville in 1910. They came together because they were looking for something different. And they had heard about this thing called unity and the unity movement. And so here in Louisville, Kentucky, they got word about this prayerful act that people could do that changed lives. And they started gathering together and praying together. And look at us now. We're this wonderful group of however many 100 people, 130 people that are here today. 200 and I don't even know now because we've had like 30 people join in the last 2 months. So we're like 260 what? Yeah, I mean, look at that. So we're growing and we're changing and we're being, and there's always going to be this past, but we have to honor it. We honor those 8 women. We honor the people who stepped forward to purchase this beautiful building in 1957. It's about the time my parents came here. It's the only spiritual home I've ever really known. I went to Atlanta for 9 years, but this has really always been my heart and soul. So honoring that, they stepped out in faith to buy this beautiful space for us. And we've lived here for 62 years. Wow, how many of you lived in the same place for 62 years? Yeah, not very many of us. So it's time for transition. It's time for change. And let's do it in a way that honors everybody who came before us. Part of the key to honoring is to review who we are, where we came from, who we've been, without judgment. That's not always easy because we're usually our worst critic. You know, the stories that's running through the head is usually, you know, something that we weren't happy with. There was some imperfection in us, or we saw imperfection through other people's eyes, or we thought we saw imperfection through other people's eyes, which is not the truth. It's not the truth of who you've ever been. It's not the truth of who I've ever been. I've always been perfect just as I was and I am today. That doesn't mean I'm going to do everything perfectly. That doesn't mean I'm not going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes till I'm no longer on this physical plane. The difference is I hold myself accountable to my mistakes. That's not always easy either. But I'm the one that I have to be accountable to be in integrity. We have to stand in our truth, the chaos, the mistakes. And it requires us to be aware and willing. Aware and willing to live and to live differently. Honoring the past is truly about our soul's growth as we become one with that spirit, intuitively examining the physical body so it's becoming one with the mind, the divine mind, that substance that's all around us, our soul that is alive within us in the physical realm that we live in. And we start with prayer. Just as the 8 ladies who started Unity started with prayer, we start with prayer. Prayer allows us an opportunity to be still and know our truth and to know the truth. In prayer, we can bless our physical and emotional bodies. We can bless ourselves for whatever has transpired within us, around us. We can bless others in prayer. We can affirm our good and the good in others. Prayer gives us an opportunity to be in the flow, the creative flow of life, which is always circulating in and through us. It's just that when we're in our mind and in our intellectual mind, I will say, we're not always aware of it. But when we go to that point of prayer, we feel it. We feel that energy floating through us. We feel the love floating through us. But when we're operating from the intellect and from the ego, we don't always feel it. We don't always know that the light's really on, that I am the light. I am the wisdom of loving thyself. We deny the power of negative thinking and begin to learn to live in the moment. Not really about the future. It's about living in the moment. And living without the fear of stopping the flow of whatever you're given to do and to be. Because when we get into that fear state, we stop the flow, right? So it's really about prayerfully acknowledging who we are, allowing the flow to move through, and remembering to live in the moment. And accepting. We have to accept all things. You know, we don't have a lot of control over what happened to us as children or the lives that we came in here to be. We may have had control on the other side, but when we're here, we don't feel like we do. And so it's learning just to accept what it is. Accept the journey that we've been on. And be thankful for the experiences, even those that were gut-wrenching. Because it made us stronger. It gave us strength to really be alive, to really be here now on this journey together. It's difficult. It requires a lot of soul searching. Requires a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation time to really understand that and to be able to accept it and to live with our journey. There's a quote from Mr. Rogers, and he probably didn't say it exactly this way, but for a child who grew up in the late 50s, early 60s, Mr. Rogers was the guy. So children cannot grow until they accept who they are. That was a statement he made in the early 50s. And we are all children. We are all children of the source, of the oneness. And we cannot grow until we accept who we are. That's pretty amazing to me that he knew that in that time. The present in which we can learn, we can love, we can sing, we can dance to the joy, it offers us a choice. We have the choice to stay home and to be sad and to let life stomp us. A lot of people do that. A lot of people just go into their shell and begin to die before they've actually lived. We've all chose a different path. Else you wouldn't be sitting here right now. We've all chose to live and to live in the joy of life. And so being able to now take that forward as you go down your journey. Who in your life benefits from what you know and from the lessons that you've learned? Who can you share the joy of living with? And the joy of loving with, that can help them get out of the shell, help them stop the dying process and begin to live. I think that's why we're here. To show people there's a different way. That they don't have to live in the grudgery and drudgery of life. That they can live in the creative expression of love. Part of what we have to do is our forgiveness work. Forgiveness is not the easiest task that we have, but it's necessary, right? What thoughts, words, or actions do I require to forgive today? So I learned to do forgiveness on a daily basis, just as I did gratitude. So every night, as I'm getting ready to rest, I do an inventory. Who, how did I create an opportunity for me to forgive today? Because it's myself that I really have to forgive. Because it's my actions, my words, that are resonating within me. And nobody can do anything to me unless I give them my power. And I refuse to give anybody my power. Right? So where have I given my power in that day that I need to take it back? And the only way I can take it back is to forgive them. Because I want my power. I want to live in my truth of joy and life and love. And so that daily inventory of forgiveness. The forgiving ourselves and others allows us to open up our own physical body, to clear out the darkness which clogs up this temple that I have, so that it doesn't create disease within myself. And I'm kind of selfish in that. I'm willing to do my daily inventory of forgiveness because I don't want to spend my time dealing with the disease in this body. Because it takes a lot of time when you're in that space. I want to spend my time out there having fun and being joyful and living life. So when we do our forgiveness work, we begin to let go and let the energy flow. Let it be. And live in that gratitude for the life's lessons Be grateful for the darkness, because look where we're at now. And allow that joy to flow, the joy of life, the joy of living. One door closes, another door opens on this journey. So we recognize life's journey for what it really is. Love. A path of love. And that love brings harmony. And also is going to bring us more opportunities to dance. Dance through life, accepting the things we cannot change and changing the things we can. The journey stretches our mind, our body, and our spirit. It allows us to be who we truly are, right now, today, and tomorrow. So, pray, accept, forgive, and dance. That's how we can honor the past. And so it is. Namaste.
You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leaves you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you got the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you got the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
Time is a wheel in constant motion and falling.
I hope you dance.
All night long.
I hope you dance.
Wants to look on their years and wonder
I hope
where
you
those years
dance.
have gone.
I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you got that choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance, just dance. I hope you dance. I hope you
Time is a wheel in constant motion and falling, rolling oh so long. Who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone?
Dance, I hope you dance, dance, I hope you dance, I hope you dance, just dance.
Beautiful, Colette and Judy. Thank you for that reminder to dance. All right. So I'm going to invite, nope, not yet. Let's do our proclamation first. Get all. As our ushers come forward, we're going to take our gifts into our hands, whatever it is that we have to give today, our love to share with this community, our gifts, whatever it is. And now, together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so now as we bless these gifts and the givers, allowing this energy to flow in and through each of us and in and through this community, blessing the world, we give thanks. And now for our prosperity affirmation. We are stewards of divine abundance. We give and receive with gratitude, and so it is. Amen. Now I'm going to invite Mark Flesh up. He has a little announcement to make.
As everyone possibly remembers from last Sunday, next Sunday is our 7th annual chili cook-off. So we hope everybody can make it. We do want you to bring your favorite chili, and there's a sign-up sheet downstairs for that. We do need chili to have a chili cook-off, so very important. There is a prize for the best chili. I think Chuck Fulner, where's Chuck? He won it last year. He's way back there. You're hiding back there, aren't you? Yeah. You're being sneaky. Yeah, you got to watch him. You got to keep an eye on him this time. So anyway, but there is a prize for the best chili, both adult and youth. So hopefully we'll get some of the youth participating too. There are also Angel Wing sponsors. So you can sponsor you can sponsor a table, or you can sponsor as an individual. There is the best table decorations. There's I think I said the best chili presentation. Maybe I didn't say that. So we look forward to everybody coming because we definitely need people to eat chili too. So we hope you all show up next Sunday. The sign-up sheets are downstairs. Either my wife Jeanette or I will be down there, or both of us, to answer any questions and help you sign up for everything. And we are really looking forward to making this a huge success this year, just like it was last year, and assuming I can keep my voice here. So thank you all very much, and see you all next Sunday.
Thank you, Mark and Jeanette. You know, the chili cook-off is always fun, and you got to watch these guys because you never know what they're going to be putting in their bags to ensure that they win. And all the money and proceeds go to Unity of Louisville, so there you go. All right. We also have our appreciation dinner for all volunteers, and I know everybody here volunteers in one capacity or another, right? So I need everybody to make sure they stop by the other table that's downstairs in the social room today and sign up RSVP for the appreciation dinner so that Gwen will calm down and know that we have enough food, right, for everybody at the appreciation dinner. So all volunteers, and you can bring a guest. If you're going to bring a guest, just let her know. And we do ask that, you know, there's like a $10 donation for guests, and if that's too much, then whatever it is, we'll honor that. We have a lot going on Friday night is our Valentine's dance. We have a variety show that they're looking for talent. If you have a special talent that you want to share with anyone, on March the 3rd, we're going to have a variety show, so make sure you sign up downstairs so that you get in the rotation to let people see your light shining at our variety show. Today, after the Energy Works, we have Energy Works in the chapel right after church. And after the Energy Works, we have a workshop, Love Yourself Project, which is going to be in classroom 6. So that's the blue room at the top of the steps. And the movie Serving the Wild is in the chapel. John Boyd. And this movie was shot in Kentucky, and it's a family movie, so there you go. Yep. All right, now, that's all the announcements. Everybody will stand for the prayer for protection. Thank you. Together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now for our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Namaste, y'all.